Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. The 2.0 update is just around the corner and Forsaken is dropping just 1 week after that. There are lots of things that are going to be changing and a lot of new things being added into the game. So in this video, I'm going to be outlining each of the major aspects that are going to be changing and what you can do to prepare yourself. A large portion of this information will apply to all players of Destiny 2, whether or not you're picking up Forsaken. So if you find any of this information useful, a like would be much appreciated, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for my continued Destiny 2 coverage. Also be sure to share this video with your friends and clanmates, as some of the info here may prevent some potential inventory tragedies. Also, if you're unaware, I do have a giveaway going on for Destiny 2 Forsaken Digital Deluxe. There is just a few days left in the giveaway, so you don't want to miss out on that. Get the information down below in the description. Essentially, it has you subscribe to the channel and follow the Gleam link in the description to verify that subscription. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so I want to quickly start by going over the distinction between the 2.0 update and the Forsaken release. The Destiny 2 2.0 update is a major update being deployed on August 28th. That update will bring lots of changes like the weapon slot changes, the increased vault space, and much more, which I'll be touching on throughout this video. However, in addition, the 2.0 update will be downloading all of the Forsaken content to your device regardless of whether or not you have pre-ordered it, just like any other online game. This was the case with The Taken King, Rise of Iron, and it's also the case for other online-based games like World of Warcraft, for instance. The developers need to deploy and maintain a single version of the game, and everyone playing needs to be on the same version. You will see the new director and all of the changes made. And when you purchase Forsaken, all you're really doing is purchasing a license that simply unlocks the content for you. Without purchasing Forsaken, you will still be able to enjoy the new sandbox updates, the weapon slot changes, the new economy, and even some randomly rolled gear provided by live events like Iron Banner. So think of the 2.0 update as the foundation that's coming, and Forsaken as the content that will utilize that new foundation. So moving on, let's talk about the biggest change that you'll want to prepare for, and that is of course weapon slot changes. In my previous videos, I've explained how all of your weapons will be moving around to different slots. I'll leave a link to that video down below, but specifically, those weapons will include most of your shotguns, sniper rifles, single load grenade launchers, and fusion rifles. Those weapons after the 28th will be categorized as special weapons, a returning term from Destiny 1, and they will mostly be moved up to your energy slot. The exception is this short list of weapons which will find their way to your kinetic slot. More importantly, the move will happen automatically when you log in for the first time after the update on the 28th. Any weapons that can't fit into their new slot will move to the Postmaster. So for instance, if you have 10 kinetic weapons on a character and then say the perfect Paradox in your power slot, that will need to move up to your kinetic, and if there isn't space, you're going to find it inside of your Postmaster. And well, if there isn't space in your Postmaster, then it will vanish. You will lose that weapon. So what can you do to prepare? Well, first up, I would make sure to empty your Postmaster before 10 AM PDT on the 28th. Secondly, I would toss most of your weapons into your vault. Maybe keep 2 to 3 weapons just to be on the safe side. Everything in your vault will be completely safe and immediately accessible on the 28th, so you will have nothing to worry about. Related to that is mods. With the 2.0 update, all mods will be completely obsolete. Every piece of gear, including Year 1 weapons and armor, will no longer be able to accept these mods. Forsaken gear will be dropping with randomly assigned elements and a brand new gray mod attached. For Year 1 weapons on the 28th, the currently assigned element will become that weapon's permanent element, with no way of changing it. In fact, there is some evidence found in the database that all of the Year 1 weapons will receive a permanent element for brand new drops of that weapon. So for instance, the Mannanan will only drop with Void element after 2.0. I'll leave a link to the source Reddit article down below if you want to reference the complete list. So what can you do to prepare? Well, take a look at your arsenal. I would say refine it down a little bit, get rid of weapons that you no longer use. Remember, you can always print out a new copy of legendary weapons after collections return in Forsaken. Next, go ahead and assign different elements to similar weapons to give yourself a variety of elements within that same category. So for instance, I'm going to keep the Galliard, the Kibu, and the Uriel's Gift as my assortment of energy autos. I'll be assigning my Galliard Solar, my Kibu Arc, and Uriel's Void. This way I'll have a variety of elements within energy autos. And I plan on doing this with every category of energy and power weapons that I care about. And I recommend that you do the same, at least to a certain extent. Think about which activities that you would be using the guns in and set yourself up for success. Keep in mind that it doesn't matter what rarity the mod is when assigning an element, so don't waste legendary mods needlessly for weapons that are just deep in your vault. Also keep in mind that there are two exceptions to this rule, the Ikelos Sniper Rifle and the Ikelos Shotgun. No matter what element you assign to that weapon, it will lock into solar after the 28th. Those weapons will be permanently solar, and there's no way to change the element. On a side note, you might be asking, what does this mean for the rest of the mods since they're all going to be obsolete? Well, for now, go ahead and hold on to them, vault them. In 2.0, you'll be able to trade them in for gunsmith materials. And that sort of moves us over to the topic of currencies and materials. The good news is that there isn't really going to be a huge number of changes in this department with the exception of destination materials. So destination tokens are leaving the game. This means that you will no longer be earning tokens from Earth, Mars, Mercury, Nessus, Io, or Titan. You can still redeem those tokens with those destination vendors, you just won't find any new ones. In their place, from any source that used to give you tokens, you will be rewarded destination materials. So when you complete public events, open chests, complete bounties, you will get things like Dusklight Shards, Data Lattices, Phase Glass Needles, etc. So why the change? Well, these destination materials will still be used, of course, to redeem with your vendor, but in addition to that, they're going to be used for weapon infusion. That's right, weapon infusion will require destination materials after the update. I think this is great because it gives patrol activities an actual purpose. So how can you prepare for this? Well, I recommend picking up and saving any destination materials you find. If you happen to be on patrol, take a few steps off your path and start collecting those materials. Also, it doesn't hurt to make sure to have a ghost that can detect caches and resources for each of the destinations. Now, one thing to note is that Lord Shaxx, Commander Zavala, and Lord Saladin will continue to work off of the token system. So unless you're going for that Vanguard rank 50 for Triumphs or something like that, I would go ahead and hold on to all of your tokens right now, giving you a head start on getting some of these new items. The next big topic is in regards to collections and inventory. So first off, as a point of clarification, your inventory and vault will be completely untouched. In fact, we're gaining 200 more vault slots. So items stored on you or in your vault will be completely safe. Your collections tab, on the other hand, is a completely different story. On the 28th, with the 2.0 update, you will temporarily lose access to collections for 1 week. This is because of a couple things that are changing. First off, collections is being moved from the vault to your character menu, meaning that you will no longer have to go to the tower to print out any legendary or exotic gear. That's pretty awesome. This feature is being deployed on the 28th, however. But to keep Year 2 items a surprise until Forsaken actually is released, it will be hidden for that 1 week. On the 4th, they will deploy the update 2.0.0.1, which will flip on the switch to reveal collections along with all of the other features and content. What does this mean for you? Well, not really much. However, if you want to have access to any exotics or emblems for the week of the 28th, make sure you print them out of your collections before the 28th. Otherwise, you will regain full access to your collections when it returns on the 4th. Anyways, those are the big prep items that I would keep an eye out for. Another useful tip is that if you are currently doing Solstice gear, you don't have to necessarily masterwork it before the 28th, which is when the event ends. You will still be able to masterwork them inside of Year 2, so it's not a huge rush if you can complete it in time. But anyways, hopefully that was a good amount of useful information for you. If you found it useful, be sure to share it with your friends and clanmates. Also, if you have any other tips for yourself for preparing for Year 2, let me know what they are in the comments below. Share them with all of us so we can all be prepared together. Anyways, thanks for watching, happy gaming, and I will see you all next time.